Hello, hello, and welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to be continuing with our woodland animal series. We're going to be drawing a raccoon. You can follow along with the picture on the left. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with his head. For that, we're just going to draw a large circle. And then right underneath a smaller oval. This is going to be his body. So that's our shape so far. And then come out to the left side, down here in the bottom, and this is going to be his foot. Just draw an oval, one on the left, make it at kind of an angle, and one on the right. And then let's come up top here. Right up here, we're going to draw his arms. So to the left, come out and draw a curved shape out, just like that. Draw another curved shape out on this side. This is going to be the outside of his arms. And then bring it in. And this will be the inside of his arm. So for that, we're going to draw a little curved shape out and then bring it back down in for his wrist. Same thing on the right side. Come out and then down and back in. And then again, we'll just draw two little ovals for his hands, kind of facing down. One on the left and one on the right. So that's what we should have so far. Remember, you can always pause if you need more time. So let's go ahead and erase some of these guidelines. Okay, so there's our basic shape so far. Now we can go ahead and start filling in some of the detail. We'll start with his head. All right, so we want to get an idea of where to put his eyes and his mouth. So let's draw some guidelines to help us out with that. We'll draw one right down the center, just like that. And then we're going to draw one right across from left to right. This is where we're going to put his eyes. So just come straight across. All right, so now we know kind of where we can put everything. This gives us a basic idea. So let's start with his eyes. We'll do one on the right, right in the center of this line. Do one on the left, right in the center again. All right, so we should have that so far. And now we want to go ahead and add his cheeks on both sides. So what we're going to do for that, draw a V shape up on each side. And then we're going to turn it into an arch and come right down to the bottom of this line. Make it kind of high. Come up, right down into the bottom there. And then we're going to curve it out, go up and down, out, and then bring this bottom one right into the bottom of his head. Same thing on the other side, come out, up and in, and then draw another smaller one out, and then back in and connect it with the bottom of his head. And then we'll go ahead and rough in his ears. We'll put one on the right, just draw a cone shape up to a point, then back down to a point. And another one on the left, come up to a point, then back down to a point, kind of make those kind of large. And then we'll do the inside of his ears. Same thing, same shape, up and down on the left, and then come over and do one on the right. All right, again, if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, so now let's go ahead and add his mouth. I'm just going to draw a circle right now for that. Right down, and again, connect this with the bottom of his head. Just like that right there. And now we can go ahead and erase some of these guidelines. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue now that we got that all cleaned up. We'll go ahead and add his eyes. Draw a little circle inside. One on the right, one on the left. Then just do a smaller one inside for his reflection in his eye. And then we're going to come out and add his stripes to his eyes. Every raccoon has those black stripes coming across. So again, we're going to follow this V shape. Come up, bring it down, and then bring it right into this top little hook right here. Just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Come up and down and connect it right into that little hook of fur there. And then for the bottom, we're going to come right in the middle of this bottom piece of fur, come down, out and back up. Again, right in the middle of this fur, come down and back up. And there are his stripes. Now we'll go ahead and do his mouth. Let's start with the nose. Just draw a little cone shape, a little curve on the top, and bring it down to a point. Then we'll draw the top of his mouth. That's two little U shapes, one on the left, one on the right. And then we'll draw his mouth open up here, just like that right there. And then to finish the top of his head, we'll do a little tongue and add a little tuft of hair coming out here. You can do this however you like, just little jagged shapes there. And erase this line coming across. All right, so there is the top of his head. Now we'll go ahead and finish his body. Let's start with his stomach. We're going to draw a circle to separate his stomach from the rest of his body. So just draw a little curve shape up, then bring it down under his foot, come under the bottom side there, and then right back up. So that's going to be a different color there to separate his stomach from his body. And then we'll go ahead and add his fingers. Just draw a little pointed shape out on each side for his thumbs. Then we're going to do three little triangle shapes to represent his fingers. They have pointy little claws. And do this on each side. And then the same thing for the bottom of the foot. For this, we're just going to do three little triangle shapes. 1, 2, and 3. On the right, same thing on the left. 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll go ahead and erase some of these guidelines in here on his feet and hands. Okay, so there we have our finished feet and hands. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more detail on his wrist. We'll come up and just do some jagged little shapes. We'll do this a different color fur. So just do something like that on his right hand. Then same thing on his left, just come up. This will just give a little more detail to his hands. And then we're going to come out to the left side and draw his tail. Draw one curve shape out, just like that. And come down to a point. And then bring it out and back around and come in. And then we'll go ahead and put the stripes on his tail. For that, we'll just draw some jagged lines coming across, make it look like fur. We're just going to do 2 stripes here. You can do as many as you like. You don't have to follow mine exactly. Alright, so there is our finished raccoon. Now we're going to go ahead and add a little tree trunk so it makes it look like he's sitting up in a tree. For that, we're just going to draw one line coming straight down and then curve it in. This is going to be the limb he's sitting on. So draw a shape just like that. And then come out and we'll draw the little branches coming off. Draw one coming out and then come in with a little curve. This will be the smaller one. And then right back under, it's going to be narrow on the right side and cuts wider as it gets back to the tree trunk. And then just bring it straight down again. And then we'll add some leaves. Let's do a few on the outside of the limb here. Just draw one here. Draw one on the bottom. These are kind of teardrop in shape. You can draw these however you like. But you just come out, draw a little curve shape into a point, and then same thing back out and into a point. And then we'll draw some lines on these leaves here. One in the center and then a few out to the right and left. One right in the center and then a few coming out on each side. And then to add some bark onto the tree, we'll just do some squiggly lines. So just come down. These can be any shape really. This just gives the tree a bit of texture. We'll drew some coming down into the branch here. Again, these can be however you like. But you can see how that kind of makes it look like bark on the tree. All right, and there is our finished raccoon. Now all we need to do is outline it and add some color. All right, here's our finished picture. We hope you enjoyed the lesson, and if you'd like to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing to support the channel. And remember, be kind, work hard, and keep drawing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.